Today from George Jenkins Arena inside the Lakeland Center, the site of the 2012 FHSAA Boys Basketball Finals. This is a Class 4A state semifinal between the Panthers of Pinecrest and the Buccaneers of Berkeley Prep. Hello everyone, I'm Mike Radout, rejoined now by Marty Paulman. Welcome to this Class 4A state semifinal. The winner will get #1 Lake Highland Prep of Orlando. Marty, they breezed their way into the final today.
Well, they really did. They were impressive in a 72-51 win over Godby, Tallahassee Godby. Considered the 1 and 2 teams in the state. Lake Highland Prep won Godby 2, and now we'll have a meeting of the #4 team in the state, Pinecrest Panthers, here for the 6th straight year, and their opponent, the Berkeley Prep Buccaneers. First time since 1967, Berkeley Prep in the state semifinals.
All right, let's take a look at our starting lineups. First for the Panthers, say that last name 10 times fast.
Marcin Kavicius.
6'7" junior in the front court. For the Panthers, you see Klein, Calvin Klein, not the jeans, but the leading scorer for Pinecrest.
He's back to the future.
Is back here again in the state semifinals. It's been a regular, even without Brandon Knight. They've been back-to-back without Brandon Knight, as they call him Superman. So we take a look now at the starting lineups for the Buccaneers of Berkeley Prep, 22-7 on the year. In fact, both teams come in with a record of 22-7. They're coached by Bobby Reinhardt in his 16th year. You see Barnes in the backcourt along with Swibel, Gray, Aguilar, and Davis round out the starting 5. By the way, Pinecrest coached by David Beckerman. I mentioned Bobby Reinhardt, the head coach for the Berkeley Prep Buccaneers.
And David Beckerman, in his 8th year, record of 183-43 overall. 19 years as a high school coach, has 437 wins, 2 state titles at Pinecrest. 6th straight year they've been in at least the state Final Four. Runners-up one time, Final Four 2 times, state champs twice, and Brandon Knight was part of those 2 state championship games in Berkeley Prep. Boy, a long time. 1967, it's been so long. They lost in the Class C semifinal that year, which existed, into Mount Dora Bible, 43-41. Bobby Reinhardt has 320 wins, 146 losses as a coach, 16th year overall, and his 12th year at Berkeley Prep.
Well, the matchup on the hardwood would be a good one on the football field as well, as the 2 leading scorers for both teams. We'll get to that in just a moment, but I want to remind you first that you can buy DVDs of this broadcast by going to FHSAAsports.com. For Pinecrest, it is Travion Henry, as he leads Pinecrest, averaging 11.3 points, 6.7 rebounds. Also leads the team in assists at 6.3 a game, and shooting percentage at 51.8% against Nelson Aguilar of Tampa's Berkeley Prep. Phenomenal football player who is signed to play wide receiver at USC. Was a running back, gained almost 2,000 yards this year, 28 touchdowns, but on the basketball floor, he's averaging 12.9 points and a team-high 4.2 assists. Meanwhile, his teammate, 6'4" sophomore shooting guard Justin Gray, the better basketball prospect. He already has an offer from the University of South Florida. He leads the team in scoring at 19.7 a game. Also leads the team in field goal percentage at 54%, rebounds at 7.3 a game, and blocks at 1.4 per game. I mentioned Calvin Klein earlier. He is actually leading Pinecrest, a 6'5" junior, leading the team in scoring at 16.3 a game. But outside of those leading scorers, Aguilar and also Henry, the 2 football stars, who also do pretty well in the basketball court as well.
Yeah, Aguilar is heading to USC to be a wide receiver for Lane Kiffin. Many thought was heading to Florida, but decided to take the trip across to the West Coast. And really a great running back, as you mentioned, almost 2,000 yards, 28 touchdowns. And Travion Henry, well, again, that's another story for the Pinecrest team. He is considered a much better football prospect. So we'll see these guys on the hard court tonight.
Pinecrest making their 6th consecutive Final Four appearance. State championships in 2008 and 2009. In fact, Henry has made 5 of those trips. He's been coming as their 6th man since he was an 8th grader.
Wow, and again, he'll play at Northwestern defensive back. So fun to see these guys on the basketball court, and we expect to have ourselves a pretty good ball game tonight. Berkeley Prep, again, a long drought for them. We thought it had been a long time for Lake Highland Prep, who hasn't been here since 1984 to the semifinals. It's been 45 years for the Berkeley Prep Buccaneers, which hard to believe. They've had a really good program, sports program over there. Really football, though, but basketball kind of catching up to football. Is region semifinals the last 3 years. They were district champs the last 5 years and 8 of the last 9, but still made the region final, but lost in the region semi 6 times, so they've been kind of snake bitten under Bobby Reinhardt, but finally got them over the hump this year. Their road to Lakeland, they defeated DeSoto County 82-49, Avon Park 68-54, and Bishop Rose 70-62 to win Region 3. Pinecrest, a winner over Monsignor Pace 70-67, University School 58-57, who they lost to in the district tournament. Pinecrest had to go on the road, and then the regional final 81-48 at Immaculata LaSalle to win Region 4.
Tip is controlled by Pinecrest. They're wearing the dark uniforms as the visiting team. Berkeley Prep the home in the home whites. And a quick three to begin the game. Right side by Calvin Klein, no good. Rebounded on the baseline by Marcin Kevicius. And let's see, we've got a foul called just 15 seconds in.
Thought that Jake Zweibel may have tied him up, but no, the foul called on Berkeley Prep.
Still waiting to see who the foul was called. Okay, they're going to give it on Zweibel, his first.
Yeah, that's what I just said. He tried to tie up Marcin Kevicius, so he gets the foul, first team foul.
Wasn't sure if that's who it was on.
Yeah, well, I saw the 1-0. It's kind of hard to see with the back turned doing that.
And we got an offensive foul this time. That'll be on Travion Henry, 6'1" senior.
Boy, he is built like a football player. Kind of went in a little bit out of control that time and picked up the foul. So underway we are. The winner will play Lake Highland Prep tomorrow for the 4A state championship. It's a 2:35 p.m. tip-off.
Zweibel with it right in front of the Pinecrest bench. Now a good look inside as they feed it into Aguilar. Nelson Aguilar muscles his way in for his first 2 points of the game. And it's 2-0 Berkeley Prep. Panthers into the front court. Lance Crawford, a 5'8" sophomore, will run the point. Klein cut off on the baseline. Swings it back out to Crawford. Crawford picked up by Barnes. Berkeley Prep in a man-to-man defense as we played a little over a minute of this first quarter. About a 10-footer left of the lane. No good by Henry, and rebound taken away by Nelson Aguilar. Aguilar's pass deflected, and it goes out of bounds. It will remain with Berkeley Prep. Justin Gray leading Berkeley Prep in scoring at 19.7 a game. Aguilar actually missed 14 games with a shoulder injury.
Yeah, Berkeley Prep made a long run in the postseason this year as well in football.
Gray's older brother, Jonathan, is a starter for Cornell University. And a lay-in by Barnes, Reggie Barnes, first 2 of the game. And it's 4-0 Berkeley Prep. Got a chance to go congratulate Bobby Reinhardt on a great season. Broadcast some of his games at the Kingdom of the Sun a few years ago in Ocala at Vanguard High School. Barnes picks up the foul. That's his first.
Did he remember
second. You? He did. Well, of course, I told him who I was. And
yeah. I think that sounds like 4 years ago now, I think. 3 or 4 years ago. They made the championship of that
I'm sure he
tournament.
probably recognized me.
I know. I was just thinking because that was like literally, I think, 2008. But they lost on the buzzer and the championship game to a team from Georgia led by Trey Golden, who's now at Tennessee. Remember that.
Golden hit a big shot to win that tournament.
Yeah, Golden beat him at the buzzer. So, started at Cincinnati and then transferred to Tennessee to Trey Golden.
Calvin Klein.
Or Ohio State, pardon me. He was at Ohio State.
Getting both free throws to make it a 2-point game. Ball deflected. Kept alive by Nolting. And then he got fouled, and he'll shoot 2 shots.
And the foul on Tyler Davis. So now 3 team fouls on Berkeley Prep. Nolting will shoot 2. The leading scorer from Pinecrest, you said Calvin Klein, 16.3 a game. Bolting averages 8.6. He's a 63% free throw shooter.
That's his first point of the game. He also averages 9.7 boards a game. Comes up short, almost an air ball. Berkeley Prep running the other way. Wide open on the near sideline. 3-ball by Schweibel. And Jake Schweibel has given them a 7-3 lead.
Well, Schweibel's wide open. Might as well take that shot from the left corner, and he nailed it.
Here's the Panthers working it inside, but traveling is called.
So a turnover by Pinecrest. David Beckerman telling his team to settle down. Beckerman, 19 years as a head basketball coach, high school, 11 of them at Hamden Hall in Hamden, Connecticut. And now the last 8 at Pinecrest in Fort Lauderdale.
Schweibel, who hit that 3, an excellent three-point shooter, 41% on the year. And a whistle, a foul away from the basketball.
Klein picks up his first. Second team foul, Calvin Klein. Gotta love that.
We've also had a Brandon Marshall here in this tournament. Berkeley Prep going to try a long 3. This one good by Justin Gray.
He can really fill up the scoring sheet. Gray shooting 27% from three-point range. That was way out that time.
Just under 20 points a game. And Marcin Kevicius inside for his first 2 of the game. Romas, a 6'7" junior. 3-ball, top of the key, no good for Barnes. And we got a foul on the rebound. We'll go the other way.
I think that's the second on Tyler Davis. He's going to have to come out early. Nanomni Green will check in for the Buccaneers of Berkeley Prep.
Full court pressure by the Buccaneers. Travion Henry will bring it up. Henry cut off. Now they work it back out to the wing. The 3-ball, no good by Lance Crawford. And the Buccaneers come away with it. Good work of the basketball by the Buccaneers. Shot inside the arc, good by Justin Gray. He's got 5 here in the quarter. 7-point lead for Berkeley Prep, and a block and a rebound for Gray. Gray quickly into the front court. 2 on 4, and he lays it in.
Boy, 7 points in a row all of a sudden for Justin Gray. See, he averages almost 20 a game, and nice block. He takes the other end, scores to give Berkeley Prep a 9-point lead.
And by the way, Marty, he was 5'8" or 5'9" when he was in 8th grade. He's grown 6 or 7 inches.
Ball out of bounds off Nolting on the rebound. When he was in the 8th grade?
When he was in 8th grade, he said he was 5'8" or 5'9". He's grown about 6 or 7 inches.
Wow.
He leads the team with 7.3 boards per game.
He's only a sophomore, so in 2 years, a little less maybe. That's pretty impressive. He can still grow.
And as you can imagine, he said it's changed his whole game.
I would say.
Because he had to attack the basket a lot more, and he had to take mid-range jump shots. But when you're a little bit bigger, you can do other things.
He averages 7.5 rebounds per game to lead the team, obviously being 6'6" long wingspan. 1.5 blocks leads the team. 1.5 steals is 3rd on the team, the Berkeley Prep team. And right there, he hit a 3, and he hit a couple shots inside all of a sudden to give Berkeley Prep a 9-point lead. Good start for the Buccaneers in this 4A semifinal as we see who will play Lake Highland Prep tomorrow for the 4A state championship.
Berkeley Prep unranked, according to Source Hoops. Pinecrest ranked 4th in the state. They got a big win against University out of Fort Lauderdale, which was ranked 5th in the region semifinals. Berkeley Prep, meanwhile, got a big win at home in the region finals against number 6 Bishop Perot. Mentioned
Pinecrest had to go on the road in the regional playoffs after losing 58-45 to University School. And they beat University School by a point in the regional semis, 58-57.
Berkeley Prep shooting 66.7%, 6 of 9 from the floor.
Looking at the schedule for Pinecrest, they lost to Hialeah Gardens. They're an 8A semifinalist by 1 point. They lost to First Academy from Orlando, a 2A finalist from a year ago by 17. Lost to Grandview Prep. They were a 2A semifinalist by 1. Played some good teams and then some teams from New York as well.
Driving in and making the shot, Nelson Aguilar. By the way, in the playoff, I think it was in the region final, he jumped over a 6-foot player to dunk the basketball.
Wow. Let's see, he's with 6'1". That is impressive. Apparently he has all kinds of athleticism.
Berkeley Prep back at state for the first time since 1967. I know we've mentioned that, but when you think about it, it's almost like never being to state.
Class C back then is what it was. And they made it to the semifinals.
An 11-point lead, and now back to single digits. First field goal of the game for Miles Nolting, the 6'8" senior. Bowman thought about a three, dribbles in, misses the shot, rebounded by Calvin Klein. Outlet ahead to Crawford. Crawford to Klein. Down low, wide open, layup good by Marcin Kevicius. That's 4 for Ramos. 7-point game.
Yeah, good luck underneath for Marcin Kevicius. And then Klein had a steal and he fell down. Well, it would have been a breakaway.
The pass and probably would have gotten a lay-in or a dunk out of it.
What do we have? Okay, we substitutions here for the Buccaneers. Chris McWilliams and Namdi Green.
The dunk that Aguilar had, as I read now, was against Bishop Faroe, as he jumped over 6-foot guard Brian Reeves and dunked in the defender's face. Coach Bobby Reinhardt said that was unbelievable. We see him every day, and we've seen some stuff that he's done. I haven't seen him do that.
I bet. Now we're having some issues with substitutions here. As now Aaron Scharf will come in for Pinecrest.
In that game against Bishop Faroe, Justin Gray with a team-high 21 points, 8 boards. Reggie Barnes, 3 3-pointers and 18 points. Gray off to a good start with 7 here in the opening quarter. Green shot was blocked. Pinecrest down 7 with a basketball. Klein for 3. No good, and the long rebound taken away by Barnes. Oh. There's a big-time dunk. Almost a basket at the other end, but a foul did occur.
Good drive, couldn't get it to go. Marcin Kevicius, big one-handed dunk, like you said. Namdi Green just able to slam it home. But the foul there goes on Justin Gray as first.
And it's 2 free throws for Marcin Kevicius. And his free throw is still good. Marcin Kevicius averaging 11.6 a game. He shoots 70.5%. And his free throw is good. 1 of 2 for Marcin Kevicius, who has 5. And it's an 8-point game. 18-10, Berkeley Prep by 8. 1:12 left in the opening quarter. Reggie Barnes will bring it up for the Buccaneers. Aguilar to Bowman. Back to Aguilar. Pine Forest and a man-to-man defense helped provide it, and Klein almost got a steal. Now under a minute to play.
Now Pinecrest been down most of this first quarter. Berkeley Prep shooting the ball well. Pinecrest staying within 6 points for the most part.
Your officials for today, the referee is Tricia Carroll. The umpires Charlie Boyle and Rick Simpson. Bowman to Aguilar as the Buccaneers appear to be playing for the final shot of this first quarter, trying to extend it to a double-digit lead. Scharf came over to really started harassing him.
Right up on him. Now Crawford will come up on Aguilar. Oh.
Foul line jumper, good by Gray. Justin Gray with 9 points in the first quarter, and it's a double-digit lead for Berkeley Prep.
Nice looking shot on a bullet pass inside. Oh, hard
foul and almost an and one.
They're going to say 2 free throws with under 6 seconds to go first quarter. Bobby Reinhardt saying that was not a shooting foul.
I don't know. I think he was in the act of shooting.
I did too. I think he got bumped when he was on his way up.
Yeah, I agree. Nelson Aguilar with his first foul, and that is the 16th foul. Marcin Kevicius with a free throw. He is now 2 for 3 from the foul line. 6 first quarter points for Romas. Chance to make it an 8-point game. And he missed it. Rebounded by Justin Gray. Let's see if they can get a shot off. Outlet ahead to Bowman. Bowman shot blocked, but they're going to call a foul.
Oh, wow. That's a tough call. Good
I don't
block him if he got him with the
Berkeley
body.
Prep realizes that. Okay, Bowman knows. Greg Bowman will be at the line to shoot 2 with no one on the floor, no time on the clock. Marcin Kevicius picks up foul number 2. And here's Craig Bowman, the 6'1" sophomore, shooting 2 shots. And that's his first point of the game. Bowman averages 8.2 a game. Shoots 74% from the foul line. And he got them both. That's the end of the first quarter. Berkeley Prep. It's been a long time since they've been here, and they're off to a great start. They lead by 11 at the end of 1. We'll return to the Lakeland Center right after this timeout on the FHSAA network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
Mike Rideout along with Marty Palman back here at the Lakeland Center, our 4th and final game on day 2. 4 games coming up tomorrow, 6 games on Friday, 4 on Saturday here at the FHSAA Boys Basketball Finals.
And a good first quarter for the Berkeley Prep Buccaneers. Justin Gray had 9 points, 4 points for Aguilar, 3 for Zweibel, 2 points for Bowman, Barnes, and Green. And they had 6 players score. On the other side for Pinecrest, only 3 players in the scoring column, led by Marcin Kevicius with 6, but he did get 2 fouls. 3 points for Miles Nolting and 2 for Calvin Klein. Only 3 field goals in the first quarter for the Pinecrest Panthers.
And how about this? Buccaneers taking some air out of the basketball.
Oh, the double-digit lead. I guess not a terrible idea.
As we check the first quarter stats, Pinecrest shot 33.3%. That's in and out and back in for Bowman.
That was for 3. It's a 3-pointer.
He's got 5. First field goal of the game for Bowman. 14-point lead for Berkeley Prep, which is 10 of 15 now from the floor.
Yeah, quite a start for the Buccaneers.
They're also 3 of 4 beyond the arc. Pinecrest 3 of 9, 33.3%. 0 for 2 beyond the arc.
Also, no turnovers for Berkeley Prep in the first quarter, 5 assists. So Bobby Reinhardt's team coming out on fire.
Pinecrest with 3 assists and 3 turnovers. Henry, follow-away shot, good. Travion gets his first points of the game. 11.3 per game for Henry. And here he goes again. Good distribution there as he gets it down low to Sharp. He gets his first 2 of the game. And it's a 10-point game.
And despite the hot start by Berkeley Prep, Pinecrest really in this game down 10.
Wide open 3. No good for Schweibel. As they are going to call an offensive foul on Nolting.
That'll get David Beckerman off the chair, saying it was a hold. Nolting's first foul, a 15th foul on Pinecrest.
Well, he did lean a little bit, and I guess that's what referee Tricia Carroll saw as well, that he was actually leaning into the defender. Sometimes those plays can go either way. So the Bucks try to add to this 10-point lead. Here's a 3 right side by Aguilar, no good. Rebounded by Scharf. Scharf gets it up the floor in a hurry. Over to Henry. Nice pass as he gets it inside to Graff, and Will Graff with his first 2 of the game.
Yeah, they're back within 8. Pinecrest, after being behind 14, is pulled back with 6 points in a row.
It's nice to have a closer game. We've had blowouts today. Championship day, too.
Closest game was 19-point win for Orlando Christian Prep.
That one rims out for Schweibel. Rebounded by the Panthers. Bounce pass down low. Loose ball, and we've got a travel.
David Beckerman once again saying there's a hold, a foul. And he, instead, Pinecrest called for the travel, another turnover for the Panthers, actually their 5th of the game.
Bobby Reinhardt talked about before the game that he will have almost the same game plan against Pinecrest today as the Bucks used in their 70-62 win against Bishop Moreau in the region title game. He's a man-to-man guy. He said they faced zone a couple of years ago and focused on it. There's a steal. Henry with it. And Henry banks home 2 more. All 4 of his points in the second quarter.
Here comes Pinecrest, 8-0 run within 6. That's the first turnover of the game for Berkeley Prep.
Aguilar down low, layup by Barnes. 4 points for Reggie Barnes.
That was a nice pass by Aguilar. He drove the defense, or pulled the defense in. Easy dish to Barnes for the basket.
Henry splitting defenders and gets called for traveling.
Crowd called that one.
Yep.
Call to travel, and it is. That'll bring us to the media timeout here in the second quarter.
We're halfway through the second quarter. An 8-point lead for the Buccaneers of Berkeley Prep, making their first finals appearance since the 60s. Speaking of the 60s, Davy Jones passes away today.
Heard that. He also was 66. Yeah, 60s.
Yeah.
That's a sad story to hear on this leap day. Wednesday, February 29th, which we see once every 4 years.
Leap year, right?
And that has, so not quite March Madness. March Madness starts tomorrow. That's March 1st.
Yeah, we call it March Madness in February.
It's going
high
into
school basketball.
It's going into March, February into March. So yeah, but you're right. It is March Madness in February. I thought they could move this tournament back to March a little bit, maybe make the season a little longer. The season very condensed in high school basketball. I think they like to have it out of the way before the college basketball NCAA tournament and all gets going.
3:51 remaining in the first half. An 8-point lead for Berkeley Prep of Tampa.
Berkeley Prep has led through most of the first half. 11-point lead in the first quarter, led by as many as 14, and now the lead down to 8. Boy, both teams shooting the ball well. 58% for Berkeley Prep, 54% for Pinecrest.
Yeah, both teams shooting the basketball very well, and Berkeley Prep has had 19 attempts. Pinecrest with 13. And the Buccaneers throw it away. That's only their third turnover of the game.
Yeah, overthrowing Tyler Davis was Aguilar.
Justin Gray leading the Buccaneers with 9 points, but he has yet to score here in the second quarter. After a miss, Graff using the backside.
Yeah, I was to say, he kind of pushed Aguilar out of the way with his derriere. Got some space and scored.
All 4 of his points here in the second quarter. Ball stripped, but they're going to call a foul on Henry.
Oh, David Beckerman with his hands on top of his head. Can't believe that call. He's a very animated guy, a fun guy to watch on the sideline as the foul goes on Henry, his second.
That'll put Nnamdi Green at the line to shoot 2 shots. And the first free throw is no good by the 6'3" sophomore. Green averages 7.9 a game, shoots 39% from the foul line. But he gets 1 of 2. Pinecrest has outscored Berkeley Prep 10-6 to start this second quarter. 7-point game. Under 3 minutes to play. First half action from the Lakeland Center. Here in the Class 4A state semifinals. Heavy traffic. And Klein gets fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot 2, or he's 2 for 2 today. First foul on Green. And Klein knocks down the free throw, now 3 for 3.
He's quiet the first half. All the points that you said at the free throw line. But again, Pinecrest is climbing back into the game.
Best free throw on the free throw shooter on the team at 82.9. Did you say that they climbed into the game?
Did I say what?
I thought you were trying to make a pun.
I didn't. I didn't even think about that. Thanks though for
an air ball, but the stick back by Green. 5 points for Green. 7-point game again. Panthers have at least gotten it back to single digits, but every time they try to get close, Berkeley Prep gets a big basket. Oh. Justin Gray here on the near sideline. Everyone holding on to their laptops.
Including you, because he went right next to your computer.
Yes. He'd already lost his momentum by the time he got to me, though. Finger roll, no. Wouldn't go down for Scharf. There's Barnes. He'll wait on his teammates. In fact, he'll bounce it up top to Aguilar. Under 2 minutes to play, opening half. And that shot good. Gray wanted a foul, a three-point play.
He was clear to the official. Because the way he took the shot, it looked like he just kind of fell over, was hit. So no call there.
He's in double figures with 11. And it's a 9-point lead for Berkeley Prep. That one
moved by Henry.
Hit it out for Henry.
That was a nice move and shot. Just couldn't get it to go.
And we have a player shaking up Aguilar. I thought, well, actually, Aguilar must have collided with Aaron Scharf of Pinecrest because Scharf has some blood on his face and he's going to have to check out of the game. Aguilar, well, I'm not quite sure if he's got blood on him. Doesn't appear to have any, but he originally kind of held his face. Maybe the two collided. Aguilar going to stay in the game, though.
Yeah, it looks like he didn't really take any damage. No blood at all as Ryan Luck in for Pinecrest.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was an elbow that caught Scharf. Looks like under his left eye is where they're applying the bandage or applying the gauze to him.
Ugh.
No basket, I don't think.
No. Foul was before the shot. 2 free throws and the foul on Klein, his second, and now Berkeley Prep is opening back into a 9-point lead.
A 1-on-1 for Justin Gray.
Gray now with 12. And the Bucks again back up double digits after it was cut to 5 just a minute ago.
And he got them both. Each team with 7 fouls. 68 seconds and counting until halftime. A double-digit lead once again for Berkeley Prep. Klein in the corner. They go inside, come back out to Crawford. Crawford gets a pick. Klein, baseline, lost it out of bounds. So now Berkeley Prep, we'll see if they play for the final shot. Still 50 seconds left, though.
There's still only 2 turnovers in the half for Berkeley Prep, where Pinecrest they now have 8.
Winner of this game will take on the winner of our game prior to this. That was Lake Highland Prep, which is ranked number 1 in Class 4A as they defeated Godby of Tallahassee, the number 2 team in the state, 71 or 72-51.
How about that?
Yeah, wow. Nice.
Gray with a takeaway, and he gets it in for the basket.
That's Green, 5 of his 7 here in the second quarter. The ball's taken away. Barnes with it. 6 seconds.
Oh.
And it goes off the hands of Gray with 4.1 seconds on the clock.
Bullet pass inside to Gray, but before that, Gray came in, stole the ball away, and was able to get the assist off to Nomni Green off the takeaway, and the horn went off for some reason. And there's the last second shot. No good.
Shot by Ryan Luck was no good. That's the end of the first half here at the Lakeland Center. It's a 13-point lead, largest of the game for the Buccaneers of Berkeley Prep, making their first finals appearance since 1967. And they head to the locker room with a 13-point lead. Stay with us, more to come at the half. We'll take a look at the first half totals for both teams, probably a couple minutes before the start of the second half, so you got plenty of time to take a break and come back and join us in about 7 or 8 minutes. We'll be back right after this on the FHSAA Network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
All right, welcome back to the Lakeland Center as we're ready for the start of the second half. And let's take a look at the first half statistics. Berkeley Prep leading at the break 36-23. And as we take a look at the first half stats, 58.3% shooting for Berkeley Prep in the first half. They hit 14 of 24 shots. Pinecrest, not too bad, 44.4%, 8 of 18. Also, the Pinecrest Panthers out-rebounded the Buccaneers 13-9 in the first half. Turnovers were big, 9 turnovers in the first half for Pinecrest. So we are ready for the start of the second half.
And can't argue with those shooting numbers for the Berkeley Prep Buccaneers. 58%, 14 of 24, and 3 of 7 from three-point range. They have done everything right, only 4 turnovers in the first half, too.
Panthers go to work quickly inside to Marcin Kevicius, who misses the shot. Rebound kept alive, though, by Pinecrest. Henry. That pass deflected, but picked up by Graff, who drives in. Misses the shot, but he got fouled. Graff did not start the game, but getting the start here in the second half. Berkeley Prep foul called on Justin Gray, his second. The 6'7" senior Graff did score 4 points in the first half. And misses the free throw there. Will Graff averages just 2.5 points a game. Just a 27.8% free throw shooter. But he gets 1 of 2. $12-point game. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow morning, it's the Class 3A state championship between Tampa Prep and Sagemont. A battle of 2 of the top 3 teams in the state. We got a little bit of a trend going, Marty. I don't know if you noticed this or not, but in Class 1A, the number 1 team, Chipley, won. In Class 2A, the number 1 team, Orlando Christian Prep, won. In Class 3A, Tampa Prep, ranked number 1, playing for the state championship. In Class 4A, number 1 Lake Highland Prep will be playing for the state championship. In 5A, number 1 Lake Wells still alive. Number 1 Norland still alive in 6A, and number 1 Ely alive in 7A.
8A is the only team, the only class where a number 1 team isn't still playing. And that was Dr. Phillips. They got knocked out in the regional semis.
Barnes now with 7 as he knocks down a 3. And Dr. Phillips lost at West Orange, which is ranked 6th in the state in Class 8A. That's the only number 1 team that is not here. There are 2 defending state champions, Sagemont and Leesburg. Foul was called on Aguilar. That's his second. Offensive. What do we got? Maybe an offensive? Ooh. No. Foul called.
Aguilar picked up another foul.
No, actually they're going to say it occurred before Aguilar took the block, so it's going to go on Reggie Barnes, his second.
Let's see where Barnes was anywhere near fouling. Okay.
Or the steal, or the charge rather. As the inbounds pass, we got another foul on Barnes. That's his third.
That was maybe a little ticky-tack there. Already 4 fouls on Berkeley Prep in the second half.
Calvin Klein did not hit a field goal in the first half. He leads the team at 16.3 a game. Traveling is called.
Will Graff called for the travel in the middle of the lane. So that'll be a 10th turnover for Pinecrest.
A 15-point lead for Berkeley Prep with a basketball. None of the games have been close today. What'd you say, 19 points, the closest we've had today?
That was the 2A championship. Orlando Christian Prep won by 19.
Deflected and stolen by Swibel. 3-on-1 as he gets it down to Gray, and Gray lays it in. 15 points for Justin Gray. 17-point lead.
Good pressure again by Berkeley Prep. They get the steal and the basket. Well, Gray with 17. He averages 18 a game. 19 actually, almost 20.
Good lob pass and a lay-in for Marcin Kevicius. He's got 8. 15-point game. 5:36 and counting. Third quarter action from the Lakeland Center. Here in this Class 4A state semifinal. The winner will play number 1, Lake Highland Prep. They defeated Godby 72-51 today. That was a 1-2 matchup. The only 1-2 matchup we'll see all week long. We do have 1 versus 3. And we had a 1 versus 3 today. OCP over Champagnat Catholic. The other one will be number 1 Tampa Prep and number 3 Sagemont tomorrow in 3A. Gray falling down. He's going to get called for traveling.
Boy, a lot of contact, but a travel called on Berkeley Prep. And, well, this could be, if Berkeley Prep wins, a number 1 versus unranked matchup. Berkeley Prep was not ranked coming into the playoffs. Pinecrest was number 4.
If you look, 7A and 8A are the 2 classifications that maybe were the biggest surprises. Only 1 ranked team in each of those Final Fours.
That's probably why they added them. Brought 7A and 8A up this year. You're getting new teams involved. Oh,
Marcin Kevicius muscles his way in for 2 more, and he draws the foul.
He has now 10. Marcin Kevicius in double figures, a chance to make it a 12-point game. The foul, the 5th foul of the second half on Berkeley Prep, as checking out is Gray and is Green, and Gray got his 3rd foul. So
Gray with 3, Barnes with 3.
In 8A, Spanish River, a team that's pretty new to this. Hialeah Gardens as well.
Free throw good by Marcin Kevicius. 5 of his 11 here in the first 3+ minutes of this third quarter. He's got him back to a 12-point game. Yeah, Spanish River making their first ever finals appearance. Hialeah Gardens ranked 2nd in the state in Class 8A. Aguilar. Well, he's okay. I thought they were going to say that Harper was out of bounds. Harper had his shot blocked. Excuse me, not Harper. I'm sorry. Tyler Davis. My apologies.
No, they're going to stay with Berkeley Prep. I thought a foul was called, but it will be Berkeley Prep ball. Not sure. I saw who went out of bounds there.
They got the 5-second count. So a chance to make it a 10-point game or single digits on a long-range shot. Panthers. Klein in the lane, got fouled, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, Klein's had a quiet day today with 4 points, all at the free throw line. But that time he went in, he knew he was going to get fouled, and all of a sudden the fouls starting to pile up on Berkeley Prep. Already 6 team fouls in the third quarter. Second on Namdi Green there.
Well, Klein's been perfect from the line today. 6'5" junior. Shoots 82.9%, leading free throw shooter on the team. And he got them both. 10-point game.
Hanging around. The Pinecrest Panthers haven't led since early in the first quarter.
The floater, a little bit too much on that one. Rebounded by Marcin Kevicius, and he got fouled on the rebound. Well, Panthers a little bit more of a hop in their step now. And
1-and-1 for the rest of the half. Half of the third and the rest of the fourth for Pinecrest. 3rd foul on Tyler Davis. 17 fouls already on Berkeley Prep. Only 1 on Pinecrest.
Marcin Kevicius, 3 for 5 today from the free throw line. 11 points in the game for the 6'7" junior. And a rebound over the back. Going to go against the Panthers. That'll be the 2nd team foul against Pinecrest. This will be on Miles Nolting, his 2nd.
Well, a chance to cut it to 8 there, and they missed a free throw and a foul to boot.
Zweibel to Aguilar. Boy, is he closely guarded. I mean, Crawford was all over him. 3 ball by Crawford, or excuse me, by Bowman is no good, and
down goes
Aguilar went down, but I don't think they called a foul. I'm not sure what happened.
Pointing towards Berkeley Prep as if their ball. Aguilar, nope, they are. What do we have here? Nope, it's going to be an inbounds pass.
Okay, they did call a foul.
Oh. It's going to be on Marcinkevich's, his 3rd. So it's only the 3rd team foul on Pinecrest, so we'll have a inbounds pass. But we're at our media timeout, so the score hasn't changed much. I mean, it's a 13-point lead at the half for Berkeley Prep, but the fouls in the second half have been the story. Already 7 on the Bucks, and about 4 minutes, 17 seconds of the 3rd quarter. The lead is still 10, so they've been able to hold off the Pinecrest charge really to this point.
You look in the left corner of your screen behind the Pinecrest bench. See the girls are having a good time dancing it up to. This is an oldie but goodie here.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Will Smith. That's my neighborhood. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Memories of. I won't say what years that were. I won't give away my age. Sometime in the early to mid 90s. Pinecrest is kind of working their way back into this game. They really are. They're doing a better job in the second half of working it inside. They're picking up the fouls on Berkeley Prep.
In addition to the 3A championship tomorrow morning at 10:05, it'll be the 4A championship at 2:35. Mark Grisick will provide color analysis. He is the head coach at Olympia High School in Orlando. They got beat by Dr. Phillips in the first round of the Class 8A playoffs. That's at 2:35 for the 4A final, and then the 5A semifinals at 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock. 4 games on tap tomorrow. Timeout call because they were about to get the 5-second count.
And a heads-up play by Justin Gray. Does get the timeout, so first timeout called for either team. Berkeley Prep takes it. Second half, Pinecrest only has 3 shots. They made 2, 67%, but Berkeley Prep at 2 of 6, 33%. Berkeley Prep now with 7 turnovers, but still 11 assists. 12 turnovers for the Pinecrest Panthers.
Twelve turnovers against 6 assists. Meanwhile, 11 assists, 7 turnovers for Berkeley Prep. Berkeley Prep outscored Pinecrest 22-11 to start the game in the first quarter. Outscored Pinecrest by 2, 14-12 in the second. Aguilar has his shot blocked by Nolting. Did they call a foul? I guess
yes,
they did.
Yes, they did. And boy, the reaction of the Pinecrest
I thought he got
players. Boy, I did too. Aguilar went way up for that. Nolting went up and blocked it. Got called for his 3rd foul, though, 4th team foul. And free throws now for Nelson Aguilar, who only has 4 points in the game. And boy, Nolting's reaction was interesting. He couldn't believe he got called for the foul. And he's going to have to check out Marcinkevich's just now with his 3 fouls. Comes right back in.
Aguilar shoots 55% from the foul line. Averages 12.9 a game. Well, got them both. 12-point game. Klein. 12-footer, no good. Big offensive board. Graff got fouled, and he'll shoot 2.
Well, the officials are taking over here in the second half. That's 12 fouls already on both teams in the 4.5 minutes of the 3rd quarter.
That'll be the 3rd foul on Green.
Oh. Graff was way off to the left on that
Well,
one.
I mentioned he's not a good free throw shooter. Really struggles on the year. He shoots just 27.8%.
We had 12 fouls the entire first half. 12 already in the second half.
Kind of an awkward shooting motion.
Actually, we had 14 fouls at the half. So already
Aguilar
12 here.
couldn't get it to go down. It rolled. Stayed up there for a while, but finally rolled off. Panthers will get it back with a chance to make it 10 points or single digits if they can knock down a three. But, Marty, that's something that they haven't done all day.
Yeah, surprisingly, too. Pinecrest 0 of 3 from three-point range.
That's the first basket of the game for Lance Crawford. And it's over and back. And a chance for the Panthers to make it single digits.
And while Berkeley Prep 4 of 10 from three-point range. So a 12-point difference there and a 10-point lead.
Under 3 minutes left in the third quarter. I'm sure Coach David Beckerman would like to get it to single digits before the start of the fourth. 2-3 zone by Berkeley Prep. They go over the zone, get it to Marcin Kevicius, and he lays it in. 7 of his 13 here in the third quarter. In fact, he has scored as many points as the Buccaneers have in this third quarter.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for Berkeley Prep here, but another foul coming up, this time on Pinecrest.
That'll be on Marcin Kevicius, and that's his fourth.
Boy, and now they're going to have to bring in Nolting with 3 fouls. Big guys in all kinds of foul trouble now. No, instead they're going to check in Sharp. So Nolting with his 3 fouls will stay on the bench. Only the 15th foul on Pinecrest, so an inbound play for Berkeley Prep.
Gray thought about a 3. Good defense getting on the floor was Crawford. And we're going to have, well, you could hear timeout being called by Aaron Sharp, but they didn't give it to him, I don't think. Did they? Yes, they did. So it's going to be Pinecrest basketball.
Our referee was signaling jump ball.
Well, yeah, and that's what Bobby Reinhardt's saying now. He's got his thumbs in the air, saying, I thought
Not
you
just giving
called a
him
jump
thumbs up.
ball. Yeah, he wasn't saying thumbs up, great call.
No, he thought it was a timeout, or at least a jump ball.
Jump ball, yeah.
That's always a tough call because it's hard to tell. I mean, it looks like a jump ball, but, they're yelling timeout, if you don't hear
I don't
it.
know if I like that rule. I think you have to have possession in order to call timeout.
I would agree.
But I will say this. I think if you're going out of bounds and you jump up in the air, you call a timeout, that's okay.
Really? I don't like that either. I just think you either get the ball or you don't.
But you still have it. Well, on a play like that, you don't technically have the ball.
I would agree with that. I mean, I think the jump ball sometimes is called too quickly and sometimes it's called too late or not at all, which is interesting. So jump ball is kind of a big-time judgment call, I believe, the way it's handled. But
all right, Henry will throw it in.
I think they should jump the ball, though. If they're actually going to have a jump ball, jump it up.
Now, that's would be the ideal thing for me, too. I like that,
the possession
too.
arrow.
Crawford over to Henry. Big possession here as they're within single digits, but that's an offensive foul on Calvin Klein.
Third on Klein. He still has not had a field goal in this game. 6 points all at the free throw line. And he picks up the foul, elbow into the defender. Now 16 foul on Pinecrest.
Boy, look at Scharf for Pinecrest just looking right in the face of Justin Gray.
And he fouled him. Or did Gray foul?
Well, he got in his head, didn't he?
It was on Gray. You're right. He was right up on him, and Gray just ran right into him. That's his fourth. Well, that's a big call. Well, I didn't see what you saw, but immediately Gray ran right over Scharf and got called for the foul. So out comes Gray with 15 points, only 2 in the second half.
And a big 3 by Will Graff. He's not a good free throw shooter, but he knocks down one from further out. his 7th point of the game, and it's a 5-point game with under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
All of a sudden, Berkeley Prep can't find the range, but a big steal.
And Aguilar with a miss. Follow shot no good. Rebounded by Pinecrest. Here come the Panthers.
Yeah, the Panthers are right back in this game.
Crawford. Now to Sharp.
Oh, how about
That's
that?
a 2.
Well, I thought it was a 3. I was going to say, after no threes all game, they had back-to-back threes, but they're within 3. The PA announcer's not correct. But Graff's 3 was the first 3 of the game for Pinecrest.
3-point game with just over a minute left in the third quarter here at the Lakeland Center of this Class 4A state semifinal. Aguilar in the lane.
He's going to shoot free throws. That's a foul. Aaron Sharp really is fired up on that Pinecrest side.
What do they call that last
team
foul?
I haven't seen it even called yet. 7th team foul on Pinecrest, so 1-1 for Berkeley Prep now. It's on.
That'll be on Sharp, his first. 2 shots for Aguilar, who was in the act of shooting. First free throw is good. 7 points for Nelson Aguilar, the 6'1" senior, who excels on the football field. Will be playing wide receiver for USC. He's helped lead Berkeley Prep to their first state semifinal since 1967, and he got them both. 5-point lead for the Buccaneers, under a minute to play here in the third quarter. Klein. Sharp wide open for a 3. Yes!
Boy, he is a weird-looking shot motion. Over his head he throws it, but now 2 threes in the last 2 minutes for Pinecrest. They're within 2.
He's the one, you can probably see the little thing underneath his eye that had that collision earlier.
How about 20 points in the third quarter for Pinecrest? They had 23 in the first half. And only 9 in the period for Berkeley Prep.
Loose ball taken away.
Oh.
Oh, what a pass ahead to Crawford by Henry. And a foul.
Boy, this game is completely changed in the third quarter. But we are right. Travion Henry down on the floor, flips it behind his head. And he had a teammate right there open. And now Crawford can tie it with 2 free throws.
Second foul on Zake Zweibel.
What?
Lance Crawford now with 3, all in the third quarter.
All the momentum going towards Pinecrest, and Aaron Sharp is part of that momentum, and he clearly is Mr. Energy. He's jumping up and down, stretching down here in front of our table here.
We got ourselves a tie ball game. 18 seconds left here in the third quarter. Full court pressure by the Panthers. They've come back from down double digits to tie this game up. Good way to finish this Wednesday afternoon here in Lakeland. Sharp takes the ball out of the air. They've got time. Crawford, 3 seconds for 3. And that will do it. Sharp got knocked to the ground. They're going to call a foul here, I would think.
I don't know. No foul. Just going for the ball, but Sharp went for it and went down. And
you see David Beckerman, he's still on the floor pointing.
Hey, refs, we had a foul here.
Hey, what about right here?
Push my player down.
All right, we finally have ourselves a game today. 45 all as we head to the fourth quarter here in the 4A state semifinal right here on the FHSAA network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back to the Lakeland Center. What a comeback for Pinecrest. Marty, I know you mentioned the number of points in that third quarter for the Panthers, who had 23 at the break, but they get 22 in the third.
And Berkeley Prep had 22 in the first quarter, 36 and a half, only 9 in the third quarter, so a 13-point lead is gone in 1 8-minute span, and all of the momentum right now towards the Pinecrest Panthers.
8 minutes remaining in this Class 4A state semifinal. Don't forget to order your DVD copy of the game by going to FHSAAsports.com. Fourth and final quarter. Don't forget tomorrow morning the 3A championship between defending state champion Sagemont and number 1 Tampa Prep. Sharp gets in there to tie it up.
Boy, I tell you, Aaron Sharp is really helping this Pinecrest team on defense. He able to come in on offense. He scored 5 points in the third quarter, hit a 3.
He's a senior. He doesn't want it to end.
No, and he's been part of one state championship. His freshman year, he would have been at Pinecrest, so he'd like to get another. By the way, 70%, 7 of 10 in the third quarter from the floor for Pinecrest. Now 54% for the game. Berkeley Prep 2 of 10 in that quarter, now at 47%.
Ball taken right back. Layup good by Calvin Klein.
First basket for Calvin Klein, and now Pinecrest is all the way back in the lead by 2.
Well, let's see how the Buccaneers respond after leading by double digits.
Boy, almost taken away again.
They trailed by 13 at the half.
Marcin Kevich is the leading scorer for Pinecrest with 13. Also with 5 rebounds, and Justin Gray with 15 points leading it for Berkeley Prep. That's a travel. Wow, Berkeley Prep, their 12th, 13th now turnover of the game.
I was just getting ready to say that even though he's got 4 fouls, they need to put Justin Gray back in the game, and here he comes.
Yeah, and I know you're right. It's just a little more than a minute into the fourth quarter, but you can tell without Gray, this team just isn't running offensively as efficiently as they had when he was in the game. Boy, this first half was all Berkeley Prep, and the second half, Pinecrest really has come out with defensive and offensive confidence.
No foul called there despite the contact. And here comes Aguilar. Cross-court pass. Barnes for 3. And rebounded by Graff. Will Graff used that 6'7" height, even though he was over the back. He was able to avoid the contact. And the loose ball picked up by Barnes. We're almost 2 minutes into this fourth and final quarter, and a turnover stolen away by Henry. Travion gets grabbed. That's an intentional foul. Why do you do that?
I don't know at all what Jake Zweibel was thinking there, but you can't put your arms around another player. Zweibel trying to plead his case, but it was pretty obvious. His third foul.
Yeah,
and now,
he's got no argument there.
No, it was pretty obvious that he wrapped his arms around Travion Henry. And Bobby Reinhardt needs a timeout because his team has just completely been disorganized in the second half. It's really been an interesting turnaround as Henry's going to have to shoot the free throws first.
First free throw attempt of the game, no good. Henry shoots 77.2% on the year, averages 11.3 a game. 4 points today for the 6'1" senior. And he gets 1 of 2. Henry also averaging 6.7 boards, leading the team in assist and shooting percentage. You mentioned earlier he has a scholarship to play defensive back for Northwestern. Here's Gray. 2-on-2, and good hands by Lance Crawford to reach in there and knock it away. Under 6 minutes to play. 5:58 to play in the game. 48-45, a 3-point lead for the Panthers of Pinecrest. The Panthers have lost some close games in the regular season, including 1-point defeats to state semifinalist Hialeah Gardens in 8A and Grandview Prep in 2A. They've been able to get here to the finals without Brandon Knight, the former Pinecrest star, who's now a rookie in the NBA with the Detroit Pistons. 2 years in a row. Well, Aguilar showed his leaping ability there, but he still couldn't come down with it. Too high for him to get to. I'm not even sure if that was a football, if he could have made a one-handed grab.
It was pretty high up there. It was right in front of us, but a little too high. And Bobby Reinhardt continuing to really try to be a cheerleader on the sideline, trying to pump up his troops, but they are really lost right now.
Yeah, Berkeley Prep's played 2.5 minutes of this fourth quarter without a basket.
9 points in the second half. Now in almost 13 minutes, or pardon me, almost 11 minutes of play. They've been outscored 25-9 in the second half.
Henry.
Wow.
And one.
It's all Pinecrest right now. Everything going the way of the Panthers.
Count the basket for Travion Henry. Foul called.
Oh, wait, number 3.
I think they said. Well, they said green. Okay.
And there's another free throw. It's a 6-point Pinecrest lead.
4 fouls on Green.
And at this point, Berkeley Prep needs a basket. They need something. 10 team fouls also in the Bucks, so 2 free throws the rest of the game already for Pinecrest. And
3 seconds.
3-second call, and wow. Another Berkeley Prep turnover. I think they had 4 turnovers in the half. Now I believe they're up to about 15.
Six-point lead for Pinecrest. They trail by 13 at the half. And really, Marty, I feel like it kind of started with Scharf forcing Gray to pick up that 4th foul.
Well, you're right, as Henry, I think, is going to pick up the foul here for Pinecrest. But, I mean, it did start there, and Pinecrest was already getting back in the game. But after that, it really snowballed.
Yeah.
And in fact, I don't think Berkeley Prep scored since then. And Gray's back in, but playing with 4 fouls as Henry picks up his 3rd. I mentioned that's 18 fouls. So on Pinecrest, a 1-and-1 for Reggie Barnes.
Barnes with 7 today, 6'2" senior. And he misses the free throw. Hadn't shot many free throws this year, but he's 86% on the year. Ball thrown away. Looked like Henry was going to go up for the shot. Instead, went for the pass. Layup good by Gray. They needed that.
Finally, Gray gets a basket.
But Gray is shaken up on the play.
Boy, and he is down on the floor and grimacing as he has 17. I don't know if he came down wrong. He's looking at his left leg or foot. And again, won't speculate, but he is in a lot of pain. As finally Berkeley Prep gets a basket, Gray goes in and scores, and then he goes down with an injury with 4:09 to go in the game.
17 for Justin Gray. 4-point game. And he's going to get up, so that's good news for Berkeley Prep, but he's not putting any weight on it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if they can work that out. That would be a ginormous loss for the Berkeley Prep Buccaneers, as Gray tonight with 17. The next leading scorer is Aguilar with 8. They're going to wipe up the floor a little too late now as Omni Green trying to fire up the Berkeley Prep teammates. Boy, that's something they have a hard time looking at. And Gray has a lot of, it's like pads on that leg. Both legs all the way up almost to the knee, past the knee actually.
Justin Gray already has an offer from the University of South Florida. Leads the Bucks in scoring, field goal percentage, rebounds, and blocks. No question, that's a big loss right now for them.
A sophomore too, again, as we're back to action.
4-point game with 4 minutes to play. Scharf to Henry. Berkeley Prep may have almost forced a turnover. Buccaneers in the man-to-man defense. And that'll be a foul up top on Reggie Barnes. That's his fourth.
We got 3 players out with 4 fouls. Gray, Barnes, and Namdi Green. So, again, 2 free throws the rest of the way for the Pinecrest Panthers.
Lance Crawford today, 2 for 2 from the foul line. Making 3 for 3. Crawford shoots 68.2% on the year, averages 7.5 points a game. This would give him 6. And it's a 6-point lead for Pinecrest. Timeout, media timeout, our final media timeout of the game. 3 minutes, 43 seconds to play in the basketball game. Berkeley Prep has led by double digits. They had a 13-point lead at the half, and Pinecrest has come back to take a 6-point lead.
Little February 29th madness tonight here at the Lakeland Center. 36-23 lead for Berkeley Prep at the half. They've been outscored 30-11 in the second half. And Pinecrest has had a lead for most of this fourth quarter, and they lead it now by 6 with 3:39 left. So we'll see. Justin Gray is still being worked on. I'm kind of looking at his ankle down near his foot, and boy, he can't really move it. See, the trainer over there tried to put some pressure on it, and he couldn't move it, and I think he's done.
Yeah,
he has that look of a player, just went back. I think the trainer said, you can't play.
Yep. That's exactly what he did. He leaned back in the chair. You could see the frustration. And right now, obviously upset that he's not going to be able to return to this game. Huge loss for Berkeley Prep. You know, they've been without Reggie Barnes and Nelson Aguilar this year because of injuries on the football field. But this is a huge loss, losing their leading scorer, Justin Gray, for the rest of this game. As I mentioned earlier, his older brother Jonathan was a star at Berkeley Prep, now a junior starter at Cornell University. 6-point deficit. Aguilar for 3, no good. Rebounded by Klein, and then Klein got fouled. So we'll walk the other way. 2 free throws for Calvin Klein, who's perfect from the line today, 6 for 6.
And that's on Green. He fouled out.
He will foul out with 7 points, all in the first half.
Boy, everything could go wrong, has gone wrong for Bubby Reinhardt's team in the second half. Their offense is bogged down. They got into foul trouble. Pinecrest has been hitting shots, and then they lost their best player early in the fourth quarter. So it looks like a lower leg or kind of an ankle injury. Now down 6, they're over the 10 foul limit. Again, 2 free throws the rest of the way for Pinecrest. Need to find some offense quickly here.
First miss of the day for Calvin Klein, an 82.9% free throw shooter. As a team, Pinecrest shoots 71% from the free throw line.
What a good free throw shooting team.
And he gets 1 of 2 to make it a 7-point game. Well, let's see if the Buccaneers can respond. Down the lane, but it wouldn't go down for Barnes. Went after the rebound, couldn't catch up to it. Out of bounds, back to Pinecrest.
Yeah, good move by Barnes. Couldn't get it to go. Reggie Barnes missed the entire regular season with a fractured wrist, returned just in that district title game. So he's only played in now 4 or 5 games.
Let's see if they've burned some clock here.
Yep, looks like a spread out somewhat.
Under 3 minutes to play now. Oh, almost a split by Henry. I don't know how he kept that pivot foot down. Crawford reached in, and Bowman got him his first foul. And it will be Crawford shooting 2. And he also is perfect today, 4 for 4. Lance Crawford shoots 68.2%. So now they're playing into their strength, the free throw shot.
So far, for the most part, Pinecrest hitting those shots in this game, especially here in the fourth quarter.
Crawford gets them both. 8 points, all in the second half. A 9-point lead for Pinecrest over Berkeley Prep here in the 4A state semifinals. And a steal by Henry. Henry will shoot 2.
The story of the first half was Berkeley Prep shot the ball well, didn't turn it over. It's been the exact opposite of the second half. They've not shot well. They've not turned it over. They have turned it over, and Reggie Barnes has fouled out. Second Berkeley Prep player to foul out.
You know, it's interesting how the points have gone down for Berkeley Prep. 22 in the first quarter, 14 in the second, 9 in the third, and only 2 here in the fourth.
Now 11 points in the second half, and now close to 14 minutes. And it started off in the third quarter with the fouls. They got 7 fouls within 3.5 minutes. They got into foul trouble. The game turned. Pinecrest got to the line, made some free throws, and then they started hitting some threes late in the period, and it's just kind of gone from there. The pressure also has worked as Henry missed the free throw.
I don't know if you said this or not, but the foul was on Reggie Barnes.
Yeah, he fouled out, his 5th with 7 points.
Henry will get one more. And he missed them both. Boy, a big rebound as Tyler Davis took it away. Aguilar down the lane, and a blocking foul call. That bailed him out. Graff called for the personal, his first, and Aguilar will shoot 2 shots. Aguilar 4 for 4 from the line here in the second half.
And Aguilar only 8 points in this game, and half of them are at the free throw line as well. 9th team foul on Pinecrest, so one more foul, and Berkeley Prep will shoot 2.
Actually, the second foul, Graff. And he missed the free throw. Two minutes, 18 seconds remaining in the game. One of 2 for the All-State football player. 8-point game.
Spread time, 4 corners.
Yeah, Buccaneers are just going to have to start fouling. Question is,
two
who do
free
you
throws
foul?
the rest of the way.
It's an excellent free throw shooting team. You can't afford to let the clock run all the way down. We're under 2 minutes now.
That's what they're doing, though, and now trying to foul. Good movement by Pinecrest. And still no foul.
And
now,
there's the reach in by Swibel, and that's his 4th.
And they're about to run out of players on that Berkeley Prep side. Got 2 more players with 4 fouls. 2 players have already fouled out.
2 players fouled out and 1 gone with an injury.
Yeah, they're down 3 guys as Justin Gray still holding that left leg straight on the bench there on the Berkeley Prep side.
Henry's free throw is good.
Well, we're heading towards a state championship game between a team that's very familiar to this Lakeland Center. Pinecrest has been here 6 years in a row against a team, Lake Highland Prep, that hadn't been since 1984. So definite experience age goes to the Pinecrest Panthers. But boy, Lake Highland Prep is good. Saw earlier
really
tonight. Good. That will be a fun game.
Yeah, and I got a feeling that we're going to see Jay Henderson tomorrow.
And I believe that's what Jeff Turner has in mind. He played Henderson late in the game tonight.
That shot blocked. Outlet down the floor to Sharp.
Oh, Aaron Sharp's going to live to play another day, as well as Pinecrest Panthers. The senior there with the basket has 9.
Reach in foul. A 12-point lead after they trailed by 13 at the half.
Talk about a tale of two halves. We always make that cliche, but it really is true in this game as Henry gets his 4th foul. Pinecrest has Henry, Graff, Nolting, and Scharf, seniors that play a lot of minutes. So
Tyler Davis still looking for his first point of the game.
Yep. And now Berkeley Prep will start to burn the bench some. A senior John Soltis will check in, replacing Eric Rankin, the freshman. Berkeley Prep, bad news for them is they're going to lose 4 seniors out of the starting lineup, including Barnes, Zweibel, Aguilar, and Tyler Davis.
Klein to Sharp. Heads up play by the senior, and there's the reach-in foul.
And the good news is Justin Gray will be back for 2 more years. Now, hopefully he's okay. As Taylor gets his 4th, Sharp's going to shoot 2. Boy, strange shooting motion, but it works.
That's 10 points for Sharp.
38-12 in the second half in favor of Pinecrest. They're down 13 and a half. They're now up 13 and 14.
Got them both.
And only 3 points still in the 4th quarter for Berkeley Prep.
Aguilar. Splitting defenders, driving in. Nice move, lays it in. That's his first field goal of the second half.
Nelson Aguilar is going to be doing big things on another, well, a different field, not on the basketball court, but he'll be going on to USC to play for Lane Kiffin, one of the most sought-after high school football players in the country, who was down to Florida State, and ended up going way out west to LA. Good basketball player, but his future is in football. Justin Gray, again, hopefully will be okay. It'll be fun to watch him for another 2 years with Bobby Reinhardt's team. You'll see a lot of programs, Division I and otherwise, looking at Justin Gray. And Pinecrest obviously is no stranger to highly recruited players. Having Brandon Knight there for 4 years.
61 seconds remaining. 12-point lead for Pinecrest. Henry got fouled in the backcourt. So we'll walk the other way. 2 free throws for Travion Henry.
Zweibel's going to foul out. 3rd player to foul out for Berkeley Prep.
This will be the 8th and 9th free throw of the quarter for Henry.
He's been a busy guy, and he's 5 of 8 so far. Oh, he's 4 of 7, right? So Zweibel, another senior, gets a nice hand from the crowd. And out comes Aaron Scharf to a good hand from the Pinecrest side, and David Beckerman giving him a good hand as well. He realizes what he means to the team, and
he was big today.
And the second free throw is good there.
11
now,
for Henry.
Now Henry will check out. Nope, I thought Henry was coming out. Instead, Will Graff. It's another senior.
13-point lead and a steal by Crawford. This one, a foul on Rob Freedy, his first.
So we know tomorrow what we'll have in the state championship games at 10:05 a.m. 3A, Sagemont and Tampa Prep. Number 1 Tampa Prep, number 3 Sagemont, and at 2:35 p.m. the 4A final, will be number 1 Lake Highland Prep against number 4 Pinecrest.
First miss from the foul line by Crawford.
And then tomorrow night we'll move over to 5A, the semifinals. Lake Wales will be playing in the 5A semifinals. So it's a good crowd tomorrow night here at the Lakeland Center.
9 points for the 5'8" sophomore Lance Crawford. Crawford will check out as well.
So
he gets a hand from his coach.
Lake Wales American Heritage is at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. And then Terry Parker, the Jacksonville Nature Coast at 6 o'clock tomorrow in 5A.
That shot blocked, but they did call a foul. 41 seconds left. Pinecrest rallying from a 13-point first half deficit, or halftime deficit. And we thought we were going to have another blowout. We didn't know it would be the other way.
Yeah, it turned out to be one, but direct opposite of what we saw in the first half. This still is the closest game we've had of all 4 today.
Yeah. John Salta sent the line looking for his first points of the game, 5'10" senior.
Nelson Aguilar will check out for the final time in a Berkeley Prep uniform and gets a hug from his coach, Bobby Reinhardt.
So Saltis gets his first point here in the semifinals. A 13-point game with 35 seconds to play.
Oh.
10-second count. They force the turnover. Buccaneers need to get a shot off in a hurry. 20 seconds left.
Berkeley Prep season win at 23-7. Pinecrest had 23. They'll be 23-7 as well with a win. And again, congratulations to Bobby Reinhardt and his team. First appearance at the state semifinals in boys basketball since 1967. 45 years.
Up and under move. The shot wouldn't go down for Larry Clanton. 4 seconds left. And that'll do it. There's the horn. The final. Pinecrest 64. Berkeley Prep 51. No Superman, no problem. Brandon Knight has been gone for 2 years, but Pinecrest still got to the semifinals, and now they're headed to the state championship game. A 13-point win for the Panthers after they trailed by 13 at the half. So the Class 4A state championship game is set. It'll be number 1 Lake Highland Prep, a 72-51 winner over number 2 Godby earlier today, playing in the Class 4A state championship against the Panthers of Pinecrest on Thursday afternoon at 2:35.
Well, what can you say? What a turnaround that was in the second half. He said they called Brandon Knight Superman. Well, they're right. They're doing this, are the Pinecrest Panthers, with team basketball. How about 6 players with 8 or more points tonight for Pinecrest?
Don't forget, if you'd like to buy a DVD of this broadcast, go to FHSAAsports.com, FHSAAsports.com. Once again, the final score, Pinecrest 64, Berkeley Prep 51. This has been a production of Play On Sports. For our entire crew and for my broadcast partner, Marty Paulman, I'm Mike Rideout saying good night and God bless.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.